Summer heat beating you down? Let's make this cooling neck wrap to keep you cool in the summer sun. Want to see how I make it? Let's go. You're only going to need two things to make these cooling neck wraps. The first, some fabric. The other thing is this. These are water-absorbing polymer beads. Sometimes they're called crystals, sometimes they're called beads. Go with beads because the beads will be nice and round. The crystals will be jagged. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. Let me show you these things up close. Can you even see them? They're so tiny. These little teeny tiny polymer beads, when you put them in water to soak, turn into these. Isn't that wild? Take these, soak them, they turn into these. I took about a half teaspoon of these, put them in water overnight, and I got this. This is about 2 cups worth. They're totally full of water. They're round. They're a little bit squishy. The water will release from this very, very slowly over time. Our wraps are going to be filled with these, and they're going to slowly release water all the time, which is going to keep us really cool. Now, I suggested getting beads rather than crystals because the beads will give you this nice round shape, which is going to work a lot better and be more comfortable when you put these on your neck. So I've got these nice and soaked. Now let's get the fabric. This is the fabric we're going to use. It's a nice, pretty quilting fabric. We need a piece that is 42 inches long, and most fabric on the bolt is going to be 42 to 44 this way. So this works out really well for us. When you go to the store, you can just have them unroll it and just cut you off a strip right here on the end, maybe a 1/4 yard. All you really need is 4.5 inches. So let's get this cut. All right, I have cut my fabric to 4.5 inches wide by 42 inches long. We're going to fold this in half lengthwise with the right sides facing together, and we're going to pin this all the way down. All right, now that we've got this all pinned, I'm going to fold it in half, and we're going to line up these two ends. And then just because I want this to have a nice decorative finish, I'm actually going to cut this at an angle. I'm going to cut them both at the same time so that they match. You can do any angle you want here really, but about a 45. There we go. Okay, now that we've got this folded in half and our edges trimmed, now we need to go to the sewing machine. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew all along this edge, all the way down around the outside edge, all the way to this point. Except we're going to leave a gap right in the middle that's 2 or 3 inches wide. We need to do that so that we can flip this inside out. So let's take this to the sewing machine. Once again, this is right sides together. I've pinned it and I cut the angle. So now we're going to sew this together all the way down and around. Okay, now I'm roughly in the middle, so I'm going to stop and pick my needle up, and I'm going to move forward about 3 inches because I want to leave that gap there. That's going to be necessary later when we're ready to turn this inside out. So we're going to keep on sewing. When we get to the end here, we're going to turn and go right on that angle. Now that we've sewn all the way around the edge, let's turn this inside out using that little pocket that we left. The end of a paintbrush, a chopstick, a pencil, any of these things will work to help you push that corner out. Make sure you get that nice point there from our angled end. All right, there we go. Now this fabric has a tendency to kind of turn into a tube, and we want this to be nice and flat. It's going to make life a lot easier. So as much as I don't like ironing, this is a time when you definitely need to. So we're going to take these seams, we're going to just kind of massage and roll them out so that they're nice and flat. And we're going to press these seams flat. A nice hot iron. Remember that hole we left in the middle? When you get to that, just kind of tuck the fabric in like that, as if it was sewn. Hold it nice and flat, and then just iron it flat just like that. Looks much better pressed, don't you think? All right, we've got our piece here nice and flat, and now we need to work on filling it with our beads. So the first thing we're going to do is fold it in half, and then we're going to measure 10.5 inches from this fold over. Right here, and I'm going to put a pin there. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Because I don't want to pin these together, but I do want to pin both of them at that measure. So these two portions are going to be the decorative tail at the end where you would tie it. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew stitches right here on both of those pinned spots. Okay, we sewed both of our tails together. Now, the space between these two stitches, between here and here, this is 21 inches. 21 inches is a good overall size for an adult. If you're doing these for children, you might want to do less than that. You might want to adjust all of your measurements, but that's why we ended up at where we are now, 21. Now we need to divide this 21 into 3 sections of 7. So from my row of stitches right here, I'm going to come over 7 inches and put a pin. And then from the other row of stitches, I'm going to come over 7 inches and put a pin. And just to double check myself, between these 2 pins should also be 7 inches. It is. Great. Okay. Now these are the 3 sections that we are going to fill with beads. When we put this on and we wrap it, we have 3 sections here that are filled with beads. The reason we're splitting it into 3 sections is because that keeps the beads separated a little bit so they don't all come together. We're going to fill these one at a time. We're going to start here with this one on this end. I am filling these with beads that are already soaked. Some people fill them with the dry beads because it's a little easier to sew, but I'm telling you, you will never guess correctly at how many of these it takes to fill this compartment if you use dried beads. 5 extra beads can mean this much extra. That may or may not fit. It might be too empty, it might be too full. The most foolproof way to do this is to soak your beads first. All right, we're just going to open it up here at our gap, and we're going to put beads in right down to fill this compartment. See how it's starting to fill up down here? Check it every once in a while and see how full it is. See, this is a nice fullness, but I still have this much room here at the top before I get to my pin, so I need a few more in here. Okay, I now have this nice and full, not stuffed, but comfortably full, right up to the point where my pin is. So I'm going to put this in the machine here and sew right there along the pin to lock these down. So we have now locked in this compartment here by the tail, and we're going to go to the other end and do the one that's on this side by this tail. We're still using that hole in the middle that we left as our access point. So we will put the beads here in the hole and then let them fall down into this compartment. Now you may be asking, why don't you just put dry beads in here? Wouldn't that be easier to sew? Trying to guess the exact right amount of dry beads to use is pretty impossible because a tiny, tiny little bead gets so huge once it's full of water that a difference of a 1/4 teaspoon of this stuff could make all the difference in the world on whether or not this fits. You don't want these things to be too full and you don't want them to be too empty. So we do it this way because then we get it exactly perfect. There we go, perfect. Right up to that pin, nice full compartment. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew it right here. All right, we now have the 2 tails and our 2 filled compartments, and we just have this middle compartment. We're going to fill this middle compartment with beads using this big hole that we left in the middle. But that is way bigger than it needs to be, and once we put the beads in there, it's going to be harder to sew up. So I'm going to go ahead and use a slip stitch to close this up pretty far and leave just enough space to be able to get a bead in. So I'm just going to stitch this up real quick. If you need help with a slip stitch, there's tons of tutorials out there that you can find real quick. Just go back and forth between the 2 sides, grabbing a little bit of fabric on each side as you go and just stitch it up. Okay, I have sewn this up all except for this tiny little hole right here, and that is what I'm going to use to put beads inside to fill this middle compartment. Let's just tuck these things right inside. So now I've got this middle compartment nice and full here, and I have this tiny hole left, and I'm just going to finish my slip stitch and sew that up. All right, we're done. Check it out. We have our 3 compartments here full of the beads. We have our 2 decorative tails here. So when you put it around your neck, you can tie it in a cute little bow. So let's try it on. It is wet. It's always going to be wet. That's the point. These beads will slowly release water and keep this just ever so slightly damp to keep you cool. Having this around your neck, oh, it feels so good. Tie it in a cute little bow here, and that, oh my gosh, I feel so cool just from having this on already. These beads will slowly release that water and keep you nice and cool. Eventually, these beads will dry out completely and return to those tiny, tiny, tiny little beads, in which case this will be flat again. Drop it in some water and let it soak for a few hours if you want to reconstitute those beads and make them full again to use next time. You can also stick this in the refrigerator to keep it extra cold. If you ever need to dry this out in a hurry, put it in the sun. The sun will dry those beads out very quickly. I hope you enjoyed this project and maybe make a few cooling neck wraps of your own. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and subscribe so you don't miss the next project we come up with. Thanks for watching. See ya.